My real estate company. I am Land by Lindsay. I'm Lindsay Holland. I'm a managing broker. We are here today with Crexi. Very excited. We have Crexi through our MyState MLS syndication. So MyState MLS is a national MLS. I love it. Gives you a lot of freedom, a lot of options. You can be an association member, non-member. So that's great. You have the freedom of choice for you and your clients. We're here today to specifically talk about the Crexi syndication. So when you do a MyState MLS account, you can put in a listing may be semi-commercial or full commercial. You know, sometimes we have these B&Bs or we have like a tract of land that can stay agriculture or could be developed. And you need more exposure than just the residential side of things. So with our MyState MLS, and other places syndicate on a different level, but with the MyState MLS account that we have, we actually syndicate to Crexi. I kind of joke and call it a Crexi light account. So Josh is here today to Crexi to kind of cover the high points of that. And then also the next steps, like say you have a full-blown commercial and you need to dive into more tools, he's going to go into Crexi Pro. So Josh, we are live. We have volume. I'm going to let you take this away. Also, on a side note, because this was brought up earlier, if you have a MyState MLS account or other MLS account, you put your listing in as residential, for example, or farm and ranch. You also need to put the listing in as commercial to make sure that you get the MyState MLS commercial options for it to go to Crexi. So that was something people didn't understand on the back end when we started. So that is something you need to do. You actually have to put in the listing in your MLS as a syndicated that commercial drop down tab. So anyways, Josh, take it away.
I appreciate it. It's great. It's definitely helped us grow more listings than any other platform in terms of commercial, land, multifamily, you name it. A big reason being because of that open marketplace, free to list, free to search. So over 7.5 million monthly active users are utilizing Crexi to shop for their next deal. And with that, since there's no paywall for these people to come on here and start searching, we're seeing 60 to 70% are going to be those direct end users. And the way it works is if I wanted to dive in here, start searching Fort Worth, or we can expand that a little bit and even just take a look at the general DFW area. And this is from the perspective of someone that's logged on or jumped on a Crexi for the first time. Once they start clicking around on a given listing, tried opening up the email, phone number, do anything we call buy action, request info, view flyer, they're automatically prompted to create a free account. This is where they're going to put in some of their general information, email, phone number, name. Big piece here, the industry role. Hey, I'm a broker, I'm an investor, I'm a tenant, whatever it is, they're going to provide the information. From there on out, we're tracking the every click. So if they're looking for a very specific property, because these buyers, these tenants, they know what they want, they're going to put in some of the general filters, get as specific as possible. And we're using this for two reasons. One, it benefits them because they're finding deals that they've been searching for a little bit quicker. Because on this left-hand side, after doing this search over and over and over, that's all they're going to be seeing. Two, if this is your listing that they're searching for, you have a very good chance of being the top listing. And so how this works on the feed side is everyone with that pro badge is going to be getting prioritized, of course, but we still have that basic Crexi option, and your deal is going to come shortly after. The second thing on our basic platform is that you are going to get a notification right when one of those logged in members that created a free account click on your deal. So just now, Scott Smith got all of my information because he has that badge, but Owen Grimm still got Josh R, just barely clicked on his listing. If I requested info, viewed flyer, all of that gets tracked and sent back to him. And now I can still call him, view his information, but then Corbin and Scott again, will be getting every single detail as to what I did on his listing. Where you would be able to find some of that information is you click that drop-down menu, click on to My Listings. There's a handful in here, don't get overwhelmed, but let's say you were working on the multifamily. You can go into Leads, click All Leads, and so on. For our basic side, there would be a little bit of red tape, but you would still be able to say, see Aaron G, and be able to contact that lead directly through Crexi. So in terms of the basic side of the marketplace, list all of your listings, anything farm, ranch, agriculture, everything except for the traditional residential home could be hosted on Crexi for sale, for lease, and start getting marketed out. That would be the full extent of the free side. Before shifting gears into pro features, how we're able to move the needle a little bit quicker, Lindsay, do you have any questions on some of that info? Lindsay, you still with me?
Is Lindsay?
We could just jump right into things here. Debbie, what about you? I know that we briefly ran through this in the past.
Yeah, no, we ran through everything that you just covered. We had talked about. That was my main question. I know we go in there and do the basic account, and then if we want to, we have the option to upgrade to the Crexi Pro, but to be able to be it's already in there. Once we enter it as a commercial, it's in there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Right. So if you guys wanted to move on to explaining kind of what would maybe be great for a pro account, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. So let's take a few steps back, right? Like we're, of course, prioritizing some of the pro listings first. Mm-hmm. So if you have a pro badge, the way that this works is if someone is searching exactly for a 10 to 15 acre deal in the DFW area, and that's your listing, that's what they're searching for, there's a great chance that you could be the very first listing that populates here. The way Crexi works isn't who's going to pay us more money than you're going to show first. It's all based on that end user's experience. The more we care for our end users, the more they're going to be using our platform. The more they use our platform, the more deals get sold on Crexi. Diving back in to that lead report to where you can see all the general performance of your listings. Free side, a decent amount of red tape. People can still reach out to you. It's like a digital billboard directly outside your building. Here with Pro, everything gets unlocked and everything gets tracked. You get a full bio on every single person that just clicks on your listing. They don't need to request information. Phone number, what did they do on your listing? Email, sometimes you'll have general financing information. And all of that will be right here in this lead report. Did they request info? Visit the page, open the OM, and a lot of the times they'll get a Crexi score. So this determines how relevant this property is for this exact Crexi member. So have they purchased a deal similar to the one that you're currently listing? Have they been shopping? Have they been submitting LOIs for deals similar to what you have? And you could filter all of this through. Like I was saying, the majority of people using Crexi nowadays, because there's no paywall, there's no friction for them to jump on a Crexi, are going to be those direct buyers in your market. You could remove the brokers. You can go and do your best to double-end a deal and just talk to those principal investors. And now take out some of the window shoppers. Warm this list up. Who submitted an LOI, executed a CA, requested info, opened an OM, maybe even tried clicking on my phone number to give me a call, but never hit the green button. And all of this information right here is completely exportable. So what that would look like on the pro side, you can have it sent to you daily, weekly, at any given time. You don't necessarily need to be logging on to Crexi. If you wanted to come in here and do it manually, you can click a few buttons. This is all going to be put into either a CSV or an Excel file with all this given information. If you wanted to do your mailers, the info will be in there. If you just wanted to get your call list for the week, export that, and you'll have all of the verified phone numbers right there in the list. Another thing, and this is a little bit newer, after your deal has been on market, on Crexi, marketed out for 3 to 4 weeks typically, we're giving you a top 50s prospect list. So as you can see here under prospect no activity, these are people that haven't seen your listing yet, but they're a good reason. They're a good and qualified lead for the given reason right here. So match relevance 91% because he visited pages and open OMs on very similar deals. Where Crexi really stands out and produces results like this is really through our email blast. So we're completely built on AI machine learning. We have a lot of users on here. We have massive data to control, and how to start target marketing your deal to everyone that uses Crexi is through that AI machine learning. The same exact technology as Amazon, as Netflix, sucking you into that next show, making you buy that next product, and bringing that to the commercial real estate world. So how that looks is just a big game of matchmaker. So brokerage at the top, we'll have your relevant listings, and we'll have the information at the bottom. And all this is completely automated. So that wraps up the marketing. Both free and pro cover unlimited listings, but for pro, that's where we unlock all the leads, give you complete transparency as to what these people are doing on your listing, give you more insight to know where your time is best spent. We're giving you premium tile placement and pushing every single one of your deals up to the top of the page for people to make sense for, and putting your listings on these automated email marketing campaigns.
That seemed pretty easy peasy.
We try to make the UI a good experience. For the most part, it's super comprehensible. A lot of people are coming on here, figuring it out for the most part. But at the end of the day, if anyone has questions, we have a full onboarding team, success team, to answer some of those more granular questions as well.
Awesome. Well, Josh, we appreciate you. One of the things I did want to ask, and I don't know if Debbie had an additional question, or there was any questions out there, because we are streaming live from our teaching channels. So you can drop a question in the comments if you have one. One of the ones I always like to ask is the support. So, I obviously had to pay for this. You have your basic accounts at Syndicate, and then you have your pro accounts. Can you tell us a little bit about your support at Crexi?
Yeah, of course. So being a big company, we had to kind of put our systems in place. So right off the bat, if you flip the switch on to pro, you get a success manager. So someone's kind of walking you through like the training process. We have a couple different ways to do this. One is a general webinar. So we'll do a kind of blanket training 3 times a day. Another one will be a one-on-one training. If, let's say, you were scrolling at 11:30 trying to figure out the smallest question on Crexi, we did add a complete support center down here. Of course, you can shoot them an email here, but there's a Learn Center button. Look up anything you need to do. I need to download my lead report. I need to unlock this client's information, or help me pull a comp in this market. We'll have 24/7 support right here for you to click on it. There'll be some detailed videos. As for updating your listings, adding your listings, we have another team designated just to help you out with that as well.
That's awesome. I actually do have a lot of questions about the lead report, which I love. I love being able to call
Shoot 'em away.
I love my clients, like being able to call them and say, hey, got our lead report this week. Here's what the traction looks like. We did get some leads, and then I could go into that lead report where I can actually see the names of the people and follow up and say, hey, did you have any questions? So very similar to other platforms do have some sort of leads there, but the one thing I love about the Crexi syndication is it gives me like full name, phone number. Like I like know who these people are. So it's not just like, oh, we saw this ghost. There's 5 people that saved the listing, like you see on other platforms. It's like, oh, like I can actually see this was a real person and here's their name. Sometimes it's got their phone number or email and I can follow up. So I thought that was a really great added value. Even in the basic account, like I said, we pay for this through our MyState MLS. Other agents out there might actually realize that they have a syndicated Crexi account through their other MLSs, but we're a huge fan. And then thank you for walking into the Pro platform. If there's not any other questions, or there's Josh, I'm actually would you mind letting us know how to get a hold of you? That way I can make sure that everyone listening, if they do have questions or they want to sign up for Pro or a basic account, we can steer them your way, since you've taken the time to help us out here.
Yeah, that'd be a great. 2 best ways to get a hold of me. More than happy to leave my information out there. You can contact me at so my email address is jrubow, RUBOW @crexi.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate all your support and help, and we're looking forward to our expanded partnership.
Me as well. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks for having me.